Yo, what is up guys, it is your boy Ozzy bringing you another custom Doctor Who action figure review. Now this is of the 8th Doctor from the Big Finish Audio planet Krynoid Nightfall. Now when this was announced, myself and Stan made a reaction. We're big fans of the Krynoids and I just love the imagery of the 8th Doctor turning into a Krynoid, and I can't wait to see what that plays out like in the episode. So I thought I really need to make a custom of this guy, and yes, this is going to be for sale on my eBay, but make sure you stick around until the end of the video for more details. So without further ado, let's have a look at the custom. So overall, this custom is a Dalek Sec hybrid used as a base and basically completely repainted and retooled. So we'll start off by looking at the trousers and the shoes. So the shoes have been done in a Games Workshop brown, I can't remember the shade, and then the legs were done in a bit of a mix of blue, white and grey, and then with some grey dry brushed on top to give the impression of jeans. Moving up to the torso section, this was completely deconstructed and the tie was removed and replaced with a little bit of milliput and sanding and then painted white. Now, the jacket and the arms were painted a black originally, then I just kept dry brushing a dark blue on top, just to give the figure a bit of depth and a little bit of a leather look to it. The buttons were done with milliput and then painted with a kind of a reflective gold brush paint. So moving on to the first of the sculpted items, we have the hand. Now, I tried very closely to resemble this. I kind of saw a little bit of a face in the hand and I tried to recreate that, and the tendrils were done by sticking some wire into some milliput and then sculpting on top, and I tried to capture all the little vines and I gave the overall thing a little bit of a lumpy, bumpy texture. This was kind of painted brown and then dry brushed with various greens and browns, and yeah, a little bit of the brown bled onto the shirt, onto the jacket, but I quite like this effect so I just kept it on there. So let's move on to the head. Now this was the most tricky of all the parts of the custom, so I just took a B&M 8th Doctor figure head. I can't remember exactly which set, but I think it was one of the Dalek ones, and I sculpted on the tendrils and added a bit of a rough texture to it to kind of blend everything together. I'm quite happy with the sculpt. I would like the tendrils to have been a bit thinner, but it was so finicky to get this right, I don't think I could have managed it. And paint wise, yeah, done with the brown underneath, then dry brushed greens and light browns. So when we come around to the eyes, I've painted eyes a few times. I think I've done a good job here. I think it's better on the left hand side, the humanoid side, whereas on the right, because of the sculpt, it ended up a tiny bit messy. But overall, I think I've done a pretty good job with this head. I am quite pleased with it. Maybe I've caked on a bit too much of the brown. Should have maybe a little bit more green, but overall, I think it looks quite good. So overall, I am pretty damn pleased with this custom. There are a few little things I would have changed. I might have added a little bit more green in there, just to kind of look the part next to the official Krynoid action figures. But, you know, for a hand-sculpted hand and a modified head, I think I've done a pretty good job. Now, yes, these are for sale on my eBay page. I will be selling kits, a run of 10, and I will also be selling this full figure that you see in front of you, but it doesn't have the satchel, so be warned there. But started off the bidding at $19.99. Go check it out if you're interested. I'm quite happy with how it turned out, and I want it to go to a good home as well. So yeah, make sure you check out the eBay store. We've got the prototype Dalek kits there, and we've got this. And next up we have a blob form Krynoid coming up soon, which is going to be very exciting. So make sure you go check that all out. So thank you very much for watching this video, guys. It's been me, Ozzy, and take care of yourself, and goodbye.
What you have done could result in the total destruction of all life on this planet.
What is a Krynoid?
I suppose you would call it a galactic weed.
It's as if he's turning into some sort of a hideous monster.